Hello and welcome. My name is Jasmine. This is my latest video for my Canva Made Easy for Travel Agents community, and we are creating today a simple logo. The Canva Made Easy for Travel Agent community, which is our Facebook community that has a touch over 8,000 members. So I'm very excited, and if you are not a member, please make sure that you join. I will pop the link in the description below. The logo that we are doing is a logo based on a name with accents. So I'm just coining this a name logo. So essentially a logo is a small piece of your branding puzzle, and it is something that can create a lot of anxiety. Logos can be very tricky. So I find that simple is best, and a name logo is a really good way to get started. So this is the logo that we are going to be recreating, and this actually happened as a bit of a happy accident. So I was creating some branding bundles and I was experimenting with this new design aesthetic. So it's very bright, very playful, not something that I usually do. And must have been the Facebook covers, and I put this together and then I looked back at it and I went, that's actually a really nice little sweet name logo. So that is what we are creating today. And to show you the collection that this has actually come from, here it is in all of its glory. It is called Fairy Dust. So in this collection, there is actually 12 individual Canva templates. So as I mentioned, this naming logo came from the Facebook covers that I was putting together, but I've expanded the range out and it now includes email signatures. It's got marketing templates, A4 marketing flyers. It's got a lead magnet. It's got Pinterest posts. It's got Instagram posts. It's got business cards. It's got everything, and it all matches, which is the best part. So no more mix and match from the Canva library. It's all done for you, all ready to go. You can use the colors. You can use the little design accents. It's got watercolor backgrounds, and it's just a really beautiful collection. So very much for my magical planners that create really beautiful vacations. So this is also part of a larger collection. So if Fairy Dust doesn't necessarily speak to you, I have other aesthetics in these branding kits. So they all include the Instagram posts, you've got the quote templates, the business cards, the marketing flyers, the email signatures, everything's included. It just comes in different styles. So the first one that I teased was Pastel Shores. So this one is definitely that beachy, sunsetty vibe. So it is a really pretty aesthetic. It's got the handwritten font and the pastel colors, and it's stunning. Now, the next one is Modern Memories. So this is definitely more for the minimalist, the luxury. It's got the really earthy tones to it, and it really suits that more minimalist and clean sort of branding style if you wanted to go that way. But again, they all have the same templates. They're just in different styles and aesthetics. So they all come with the colors and the fonts and everything all matching across all of the designs. So the heavy lifting for your brand is done with you. And I'm really, really excited to get these out into the world. So, ta-da, drum roll, I have a launch bundle. So 20% off, first 72 hours only. So there is no code needed. Jump over to travelagentchallenge.com and have a look at these branding kits. I'll pop the link in the description below. So without further ado, let's jump over to the final piece of the logo creation before we actually get into Canva. Now, this has come directly from canva.com. This is the licensing explained. So for those of you that are looking at trademarking and things like that, this is why I have only chosen to use fonts and shapes and lines in the design that I'm showing you today, so that if you do decide to go ahead and do anything trademark wise and whatnot, what have you, then this logo will suit for that purpose. So without further ado, let's jump over to Canva. Here we are in Canva, and I wanted to show each of the individual pieces of this logo before we actually put it together. So we've got our different fonts, we've got our circle outline, our rectangle, and then our stars. So moving down to a blank canvas screen, what I've done is I've started off with a background, and this is just purely so that you can see. So if we start off with our element, and what we're looking for is a circle. So if we pop a circle in the middle and then drag it out to actually make it larger, this is going to be the background of our logo. And popping up to the colors, I'm going to change it to white. Now, going back to our elements, what we are looking for is a circle outline. Now, this is going to be the black outline. And if we go to graphics and just select our circle outline, we don't need a pro element. And then again, we're just dragging the sides to expand the size of the circle so that it fits just neatly into our larger white circle. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going over to the side and we're going to add a text box. And this is where we're going to put in your name. So I'm using my daughter Emily as an example. So I'm going to pop in her name and I'm going to shorten that so that the name is stacked on top of each other, one word on each line. And again, dragging out the corners to make it a little bit larger. Now this is actually where I'm going to put my accent font. So coming up, we're going to select the Roman font. And again, I'm just going to drag that out to make it a little bit larger. Ideally, we want the text to be just over the edge of our circle outline. And to close that gap, I'm going to go over the top and we're going to reduce that line spacing to 1 to close that gap in between the words. Now, we're going to add our next text box, which is the one that's going to go up the top. That's going to say travel with. Now, this is the one we're going to put the curve on. So to do that, we click on it and then we go up the top to where it says effects. And we've got all of our effects, and then down the bottom we've got curve, and then just dragging the cursor towards the center, we're just going to give the letters that nice curve there. And also I'm going to expand it out as well. So we go up the top again to spacing, and the letter spacing, I'm just going to drag that out to 185, and that just gives us a little bit more room to play with. Now we're going to come back to our text and we're going to add another text box. And this is the one that's going to go underneath. And this one is going to say vacation planner, it could say travel planner, travel agent, whatever that you would like to put here. Established, it's entirely up to you. But again, we're going to close the gap. I'm going to bring the line spacing to 1. Center that. Okay, so we've got our foundation of our logo now, and what we're going to do is we're going to start tweaking. So I like to put the main, your name, on a slight angle and then also expand it out so that it is slightly overhanging. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our shapes and we're going to pop in the square. And now we're going to expand out the sides. Now you see that I'm just expanding the sides out so that they're still inside the circle. And then again, I'm just going to slightly rotate that so the angle is very similar to the words. And I'm going to put that in white, and then we're going to use our layers and send it to the back. So right click, layer, show layers, and then this just helps to actually visualize it. So we want to put it above the circle outline. So in between the circles, we can't see it. So we want to put it just above the circle outline, and then that gives that really nice cut off to the actual text itself. And then just some final touches. Again, we'll just make this vacation planner, the letter spacing, just a little bit bigger to match the top, so 185. Okay, now back to our shapes, which is in our elements. And we click our shapes again. And this is where we're going to add our stars. So I've gone with the 4-sided stars, but there is the 5. And this is just really adding the accent in. So I like to just reduce it down, put it on a slight angle, and then duplicate that one. So hitting duplicate. And then it just allows you to reposition these. So I just like to drag them around, make some big, make some a bit smaller, and just pop them around so that they add a little bit of interest into the design, but it also allows us to add in your branding colors as well. So just positioning a couple in there. Now let's jump in and we're going to add the branding colors. So this is the pink, the periwinkle color, and the yellows. There we go. And that is how you go ahead and create your name logo. So I really hope that you go ahead and give it a try. If you do, I would absolutely love to see it. You can pop it up in the Facebook community, Canva Made Easy for Travel Agents. And the way that you actually get that off Canva is you go up to your share and then you download it either as a JPG or a PNG. So also remember that the branding kits have just launched. They are hot off the press, my latest designs, and I hope that you absolutely love them. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.